His biggest pick, Zach Wilson, number 2 overall. I mean, looks like an all-time miss, right? An all-time miss. And listen, I like the quarterbacks that year. I'll be the first to own it. Like it just hasn't worked for a lot of reasons. And quite frankly, the longer you scout the position, you'll be mind blown at the guys that just don't work out. It's the hardest position to scout in all of sports, and it always will be. That's why they make like hundreds of millions of dollars, and why they get drafted earlier and earlier each year, and why teams are constantly chasing that. But it's his job, and he took the wrong guy. And it's not that there was a quarterback after him that was really the right guy. Like, I'm not even going to sit here and tell you, oh, you should have took Mac Jones. Like, Mac Jones isn't good either, and isn't clearly very well liked after what we saw on Sunday. But that's a pick that can define you. And it felt like Joe Douglas, to his credit, pushed the right button, pulled the right lever in getting Aaron Rodgers here, that you could almost get a mulligan. Which, how many guys take a quarterback in the top 2 picks, miss as bad as you can, and get a mulligan? And he did. He got Aaron Rodgers. Good on him. But then, for some reason, they didn't really swallow the mistake. They kept him here and said he's the backup, and they're going to rebuild him and his confidence and all these things. It was a true 1 foot in, 1 foot out scenario, and here we are because of it. So, once again, a lot of people don't like this rant, because if you insult Joe Douglas, it's the nastiest my mentions get. I swear to God. I can kill a team's draft. I could say something stupid, like a dumb joke. If you say one bad thing about Joe Douglas, people get really, really mad. But there's a conversation to be had here that the good things he's done and the things right now, when he's had all the time in the world to do, that are holding the Jets coaching staff back, that are holding the Jets team back. A lot of the players he drafted to be great, he's holding them back. So I don't think it's a lock that he's just here forever right now, right? I think this group gets 2024 because Rodgers will be healthy. He is the most powerful person in the building besides Woody Johnson, which, okay, sure. But I think ultimately it's fair to criticize Joe Douglas because he came here to do 2 things, right? Let's be honest. He came here to do 2 things. 2 things he's been vocal about. Build the offensive line, which was in shambles when he got here, and get the quarterback position right. At first, it was getting Sam Darnold help. It didn't work. Then he got his own guy. It didn't work. Then he got Aaron Rodgers, right? Which nobody's going to fault him for getting Aaron Rodgers, but he got hurt. And now you need to find your counterpunch. And what really hurts on top of that is no matter who they get in there to replace Zach Wilson, hopefully this combination on the offensive line plays like they did against the Patriots, but the offensive line hasn't been good enough either. So we're not grading him on a curve. Like, he doesn't get the guy after McCagnon curve. We don't do that here. He's just been okay. You could say it. He's just been okay. And this situation, the situation might define him, whether he's gone or whether he's here for a very long time.
Look, both hard conversations we're going to have throughout the year.
Yeah,
it's early in the season.
I didn't want to be having this combo.
Oh, it does.
I want to be talking about Mahomes versus Rodgers. This sucks.
It sucks, and unfortunately, we're seasoned veterans at doing this. And look, it's early in the year. There's different ways to be bad, and I've seen the Jets be bad in many different ways. Are you going to go out, do nothing, treat everyone like idiots, and just get mopped every single week? And they're not tanking. They're not going to be bad enough to tank and have the first overall pick. I will not get my hopes up for that, and we're not going to have that conversation. When they're 1-10, we'll start having that conversation if that happens. And maybe I'm wrong, and there will be 1-10. For now, they got to hold this team together because they got a lot of young stars who you want to have here for a very long time. And if Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, AVT, Breece Hall, across the border, like, I'm not playing for this organization anymore, and I'm not sitting here and waiting and letting my prime pass by, then that 2022 class and all the good that comes with it starts to, slip away from you. So on the pod, we're going to talk a little bit more about some of the questions you sent through about best and worst case scenarios for the rest of the season, about Rodgers' influence, and about the latest quarterback added to the Jets roster. War Room, appreciate the Discord chatter. We will talk to you soon.